And that wasn't so random.
Random interval.
Okay, all right, everybody. Welcome to the Nothing of Value podcast. I am Jeff. I'm joined by Greg and Doug.
I am Greg.
That leaves me as Doug.
Yep. And sorry for the 3 or whatever week absence it is, but we're back and stronger than ever.
Hey, you know what? I came into this and I'm still not prepared.
Yeah.
I was stuck in Indy traffic, which is
Right.
like it's ironic because they set up the lakeshore for the Indy race.
Yep.
And it causes so much traffic, cars don't move so that other cars can drive really fast.
Yep.
The irony behind it, I hate it. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's so that stupid people can watch cars go in a circle and turn
Well,
left
not
really
really a
fast.
circle. It's a lap. It's a lap.
Well,
It's got like 23 or 26 turns or whatever. But
it's not like
whatever.
NASCAR, which has 2 turns.
yeah.
Both
Oh,
the
just
same
turn
way.
left and then turn left
No,
some more.
I get NASCAR though. But
No.
I can do budget NASCAR and be happy with it. You just pour a bag of Skittles into a toilet and flush it, and that's NASCAR.
Yeah. It's okay. Okay.
All right, anyway, so talking about things that we actually talk about. Lots of interesting topics coming up this week, namely the fact that my keyboard and mouse for this computer have died, so I'm using a little handheld dinky motherfucker from Amazon.
And Jeff will give you a review of this by the end of the podcast.
Oh, yeah, I will. We've got the Joker movies. Have
Plural.
both been in the last month to discuss.
Yes.
Jared Leto and Joaquin Phoenix in their own Joker movies.
I like
each.
Jacqueline Phoenix.
Jacqueline.
It's
Jacqueline.
it's French.
Jacqueline. Ant-Man and the Wasp, of course, released last week. Doug and I have not seen it. Greg has. We'll talk a bit about it, I guess, but we don't want to spoil it for ourselves, so fuck you. Black Widow movie as well on the horizon, been announced. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Why? Like why? Why would they?
Well,
I don't even
save it.
care about it anymore.
Running down the topics here. Billy D. Williams returning to Star Wars for Star Wars 9 in the main sequence of films. Mark Hamill also has facial hair removed.
Yeah.
Apparently. He's otherwise known as shaving. I couldn't think of the words there for a minute.
Oh, that's what it was. I thought you were just trying to build suspense.
People are now speculating about what he's doing. I haven't even seen The Last Jedi yet, so I'm not up to speed.
Really? It's like I think it's on Netflix now.
Okay, I'll have to watch it when I get bored. Overwatch blowing up, esports filling stadiums. We'll talk about that and how fucking gay it is.
The one game I play,
Just
and that's the only reason you're taking shots.
That's it. Really is. Yeah, I apologize. And Obi-Wan is also getting his own Star Wars movie, and we'll talk about some other shit along the way, I'm sure. Let's start off with the most controversial topic, just so we can offend everybody. Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson. It looks like the world is deriding her for her portrayal of as a transgendered man in another movie, and it seems to be spilling over to the Black Widow news.
I think though, but I thought I read an article just recently how that was canceled, the transgender
Oh, really?
film.
People are still giving her shit for it. I don't know why. First of all, like she's supposed to be playing a woman that wants to become a man.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Or is she a man that is looking like a woman now?
Actually, I don't know. Doug, tell us. What's the internet say? What is she actually up to play?
nothing now.
Oh, so it's been canceled.
It's been canceled.
Oh, good
Though
Lord.
let's.
Because see now this.
Do you know the title?
No. What was the title?
Rub and Tug.
Oh, nice.
Like
All right, okay. But so my question is, would you with the way Scarlett Johansson looks now,
Yeah.
would you be
Convinced?
more okay with her looking now but knowing she wants to be a man, or how she looks now knowing that she was a man?
I don't find her attractive.
Really? She's like my top 2.
Nope. Think she has too big of a face.
sorry, I just don't find her attractive.
Yeah, don't find her attractive. Big lips, big eyes.
I mean,
just too
if
big
she
of a
walked
face.
into the room, she's all yours, man. Just
Oh, no, I wouldn't kick her out of bed, Doug. I'm saying on a scale of 9 to 10, she's a 9. which means
It's a 1 or a 2.
right.
No, I
But
didn't
that's how
believe in
celebrities
that.
are. Celebrities aren't 4s unless they're like, there are some that are, but the hot celebrities are between 9 and 10, and I think she's a 9.
Well, like I think like Melissa McCartney is.
Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, there are some celebrities that are the exception, that are below the scale, the celebrity scale.
Okay.
But most celebrities that are attractive are on the celebrity scale, which can range from 1 to 10, but a 1 is really a 9. Like, very few celebrities are
But like,
less attractive than a
okay,
9.
when you're doing any of the scaling for any person, do you ever really go below 5?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've dated 2s. For sure.
Like many 2s?
Not many, like 1, 2.
Because if you have like 5 2s.
No, I've...
That works out to a 10 total, right?
No, I've dated 1, 2. I've dated a couple of 3s, definitely some 4s. A couple of 8s and 9s. Stark contrast when I lost all that weight, let me tell you.
Boo! Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, Doug, what was it? Was she going to a man or was
She was set to play a transgendered man called Dante Tex Gill.
Oh, so I think she was a man and...
No, a transgendered man
She's
means
going
a
from
vagina
woman
man.
to man. Yeah. From
Oh,
woman
it'd be
to
super
man.
offensive.
So from female to male.
Yes.
Okay.
When they say transgendered man, it means that the person identifies as a man.
Yeah.
That's how
Gotcha.
you remember.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, and the name comes from, I guess,
I'm
the
learning about the
her
LGBTQ
owning a
community.
massage parlor.
I have a very my views of LGBTQ issues are very liberal, progressive, but I just have a very blunt language about it. It's the only difference. Like, I'm all for it, man. Whatever you
No,
want.
exactly. At the end of the day, I don't care. But
Yeah. No, do whatever you want. You want to have maybe you want to cut off half your dick. You want to grow an extra half a dick. You want to put a dick on your forehead. I don't care. Pussy,
or
vagina,
if you
titties,
split a dick,
Split a
and now you
dick,
have 2 dicks.
and then you pierce both ends, and then it looks like a dog with earrings. Anyway,
Wow.
so Scarlett Johansson's
Just wow.
getting shit because she wants to look like a dog with earrings. But it's spilling over to the Black Widow movie. Let's talk about what we're actually supposed to talk about. So Black Widow,
Yes.
I thought I had thoughts on this. I'll lead it off by saying this.
Please.
This is terrible timing for the movie, not just because Black Widow is an uninteresting character, which is true, but her last appearance in Infinity War, she was limited to just 10 lines, all of which were no longer than 3 words.
Really? 10?
Yes! Think about it.
All
Think
of them are quick little
Yeah.
one-liners.
She
You're
was
right.
a one-liner the
Yeah.
whole movie. She's like, "You're not alone." Remember? You know the scene where they save Scarlet Witch?
They're in the
We don't
the
wanna kill you.
Sokovia or something.
The longest one she had was, "We don't want to kill you, but we will." That's it. That's 6 words.
Jeez. Yeah,
Or
like
7 words.
I mean,
we
Isn't
don't.
she pregnant for that too?
Maybe, I don't know. But but like, okay, I understand it's Infinity War. There's everybody in that movie. You can't give everyone a feature role, but they did reduce her to one-liners. Her character has become diminished, I would say, over the years.
There was a time when they could have made that movie and it would have done amazing.
Like
yeah, that
before
was
Age of
like 4
Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, or even shortly after Age of Ultron. And it was basically any time before Wonder Woman
Yeah.
Yeah.
would have done well.
Yep.
But
I mean, that would have been the ultimate box office battle. Wonder Woman versus Black Widow.
although, you know what though, like they even touched on some of Black Widow in Age of Ultron. Like she was part of some sort of like assassin ballerina school or something.
Yeah.
Like in a flashback scene, but I don't know, I didn't really care.
I've never been into her character because, like, what's her power exactly? She just fights.
She's a spy. That's
Yeah.
it. She's a spy.
That's it.
She's just
The whole
yeah.
basis behind Black Widow's character is like you never actually know what side she's on. Like
But-
even if she's part of the team, you still don't even know if she's part of the team.
Yeah.
Like she's always supposed to leave you questioning, and that's like the good writers for Black Widow always do that.
They never really. I don't think they really brought that across successfully in the MCU movies, though.
I think because they had limited things to work with.
Well, again, I
And-
don't
Just like
think
Catwoman, in that sense. Catwoman's always been kind of an anti-hero. You never know what's going on.
Yeah, but more like international spy.
Yeah. Oh, of course. No, yeah, not thematically, but in terms of their alignment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
But like, okay, so my last point is that, with the start of the MCU, they didn't know how deep they could go with this or how far they could branch off.
well, she didn't appear
So-
until Iron Man 2. That was when she made her
Right,
first
but
appearance,
even
yeah.
then, her first appearance in Iron Man 2, that might have been just it,
Yeah.
right? Like, it would have been like a nice little nod to other comic book fans, but they didn't actually think it would branch off into what it became.
Yeah.
So I don't think they really wrote the character as they should have wrote the character.
But then
Right.
again, we've had that problem. Like Hawkeye was a character who felt very throwaway.
Felt is throwaway. Like, really.
But I mean, it could very well grow into a character that we
I've got a
like.
friend that like loves Hawkeye and loves Green Arrow, and I just don't get it.
I don't get it either.
You shoot a bow, but
Like, I give comic books credit for finding ways to team up superheroes of different power levels. I always thought that DC did this the best with Batman and Superman. Two starkly contrasted opposites in terms of their abilities. You've got one invincible alien, and you've got just a guy who's rich with a bunch of technology. And not even that much technology. Because the Marvel's version of Batman is fucking Iron Man. And Iron Man has way cooler stuff than Batman does.
yeah,
Way cooler. Batman flies in the plane, Iron Man is the plane.
yeah.
Like that. But even then, they Marvel always seems like it's a stretch to get him up to where Thor is. You know what I mean? Just make him seem useful.
Like with Iron Man though, Iron Man when Tony Stark wears the Iron Man armor, he tends to have more of a Superman posture,
Yeah.
a Superman way of doing things. So they're still relatively different.
Yeah.
Because like Iron Man's never stealth.
No.
Never. He busts through walls where Batman will.
Yeah. But that's always been DC's strength with Batman is that they found a way to work him into the team in a way that they didn't do with Black Widow either. In that sense, like
Right.
Batman is just always he's Mr. X Factor, and they play that up in every medium they've ever put him in with the other characters.
Yes.
And you never know what he's gonna do. Like in that scene in the Justice League cartoon where he whips out the kryptonite when Amazo shows up and starts taking everybody's powers. He's like, you get our powers, you get our weaknesses too. It's like, that's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's Batman. That's his role.
And then
They don't do that in Marvel.
All the other people were like, "Why do you have that kryptonite?" He's like, "I always carry kryptonite."
Like, don't you? Don't you always carry kryptonite? But Marvel doesn't do that very well.
No.
The other issue though is that like with the Justice League movie, they're not playing the Batman character right.
No.
Like they had to like infiltrate that base, and so instead they're like Batman puts like machine guns on his Batmobile and drives straight towards the base and gets
It's
assaulted.
Like, that's not how Batman would do things.
It's not. Batman would like the other people would create the distraction. Batman would come in the back door.
Yeah.
Giggity.
But my point is, Marvel does not do low power characters paired with high power characters very well, and it proves in the pudding when it comes to Hawkeye and Black Widow. I think they've largely been throwaways outside of the fact that Black Widow has had moments like, for example, when Loki's in the cage and she realizes he's going to use the Hulk to get his ass out of here. Like, yes, she's smarter than everybody in the room. Kind of like Batman is, but only in flashes and moments.
Yeah,
it's not the crux of her character like it is with Batman.
I don't even think that she's necessarily a super intelligent woman.
She's
I
cunning,
think she's
though.
just, but like
she's more observant. Than
she just
others.
became
That's all it
like
is.
she just came to that conclusion first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. It's
which is my point. Like they don't write her the way they should. Right? She should be the street smartest of all the characters. That's what the spy does. She understands people, social interaction, how to manipulate people in a way that the others don't. Right? They all have personality flaws.
well,
holes
like
that
I
make
remember
them weak.
watching the TV show Agents of Shield.
Yeah.
Right, and the characters in that show are Agents of Shield, similar to Natalia Romanoff, Black Widow. Natalia.
Yeah, whatever.
She's a Russian spy.
Yeah, close enough.
Isn't that like Natasha? Anyway, okay, I'm
We'll
getting
get
semantic. And where I'm going with this is that like those agents get beat up often, and like knocked out and stuff like that. They've had the same training as Black Widow.
Yeah.
And Black Widow's going up against, fucking Thor. And,
Proxima Midnight.
And like Thanos.
Yeah.
She's fighting Thanos.
Yeah. Well, Proxima Midnight, she took on pretty much one-on-one in Infinity War and kicked her ass, right?
Right. And the agents from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., who are like on par, would get their ass kicked.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I don't know. The internet seems to be upset about her getting a movie. I think it's kind of... Okay, here's the thing. I don't blame them for doing it. I think Strike While the Iron's hot. And right now, the Marvels is destroying it. Like, every single fucking movie they release is a hit. And critically acclaimed. So, why not? Like, they can't do any wrong.
Speaking of their last movie that came out, Ant-Man just came out.
Oh, yeah?
I saw that Tuesday.
Okay.
Like I went for the first show on Tuesday, like 11:15 in the morning, and look, there's something about the Ant-Man movies I just like.
Yeah.
It's a heist movie. Things aren't always what they seem, just because things are big and small, big and small. They show in the trailer how like Michael Douglas shrinks a building down and then like
puts
pulls
it in the suitcase.
Yeah, it becomes the suitcase. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm definitely excited to see it. Doug and I are probably going to see it this weekend. Doug's seen it with his mom at...
I'm going to go downtown, probably.
Probably downtown. And I'm going to Don Mills VIP tomorrow. So if anyone's there, want to come hang out, Don Mills VIP. We're gonna see it.
Just bring Jeff popcorn.
I need friends.
Yeah. Come on now. Hang out with the little Lofa.
I'll buy you all popcorn.
But so we can't really talk much about it, I guess.
Well, I mean, I don't really want to be spoiled.
I don't want to be spoiled either.
Okay, well, like I said to you guys off podcast that the only thing that relates it to Infinity War are the cutscenes at the end.
The end credit scenes, yeah. And there are two of them.
There's two. Only one of them's actually related. The second one's supposed to be the funny shawarma scene type thing.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even really that funny.
Yeah.
Like the movie was funny in general. It's Paul Rudd. Like of all of the Marvel universe, he's the only like legit comedy actor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he does well like in the comedy role, especially with like the deadpan humor.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to that. We won't say anything more. We can talk about its performance, though. $75 million in its first weekend, which was exactly how it was tracking. So there you go, analytics.
Yeah.
Once again, proving itself to be very useful and accurate.
Now, that said, like, I think a lot of people would want to go see Ant-Man just because they're craving more Infinity War knowledge.
Yeah,
I know.
that's the whole thing.
Like, everyone wants to...
They don't really need to put anything for an Infinity War in there now. Just release an MCU.
Yeah.
It'll get big.
The 9 months between now and Captain Marvel is going to drive me nuts. Like, 2 years ago, I'll just give you guys a little bit of background of my own personal experience with the Marvel movies. 2 years ago, 2016, I was watching them year-end on Netflix or downloading. Like, I would just let 3 or 4 of them come out, binge watch them all on a weekend and catch up.
Yep.
And they were perfectly good. So I remember one year I just did, I did Thor Dark World, I did the Ant-Man movie, Iron Man 3, all those in sequence. Perfectly fine. I liked them all. Obviously, Dark World was the weakest one of the bunch of Phase 2, early Phase 3. But, it was okay. Ultron was kind of shit, too.
Yeah.
But, again, relatively speaking, shit. Like, it's still a good movie in the grand scheme of things. Like, it's still 10 miles ahead of The Room. But for a Marvel movie, it's in the bottom third, for sure. But they're all good enough that kept me interested in. But then it was Doctor Strange that came out, and I was just like, oh, fuck. This is next level. I love Doctor Strange. I thought it was fantastic. And then from then on, it's been fucking boom, boom, boom. Every single movie's been fantastic. Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther. And so now it's just like religiously going to the theater. It's gotten me back into the theater. So that 9 months between now and fucking Captain Marvel is going to drive me insane. Before it was just like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. I got other shit to do.
You know what? You've got 9 months. Rewatch everything all over again.
Oh, well, we're going to. I'm going through that with my wife right now. I'm catching her up.
Man. I don't think like Black Panther was really that amazing of a movie.
I liked it.
Like, it was good, but I didn't think it was anything crazy.
I think the reason Black Panther is the highest rated one on Rotten Tomatoes, and the reason why it's the highest grossing one, domestically anyway, is because it just was it did and was way better than people expected. Like, people expected it to be one of the throwaway movies because it's a tertiary character that is at best a period piece. It was originally designed in the 60s as a civil rights nod, right?
Yeah.
Which, fine, I get it. Serves a purpose and was needed at the time, and nowadays, with things being so politically polarized, I get that too. I get why it resonated for that reason, but they really did make a very good movie and build a very solid lore with Wakanda out of that source material. In a way that, like, it was kind of transcendental for me. It just it's changed the transcendental.
Okay.
He achieved a higher plane of consciousness.
Yeah, I did.
Right. So not Scarlett Johansson stuff.
It made me rethink the entire entire arc of the universe, really, because like you think of Iron Man's and Bruce Banner's level of knowledge and their technology. And then you get Wakanda and their access to vibranium and how advanced of a society they are, how concealed they've been all this time. It changes the math. For every movie now, I'm thinking to myself, what if Wakanda got their hands in this kind of thing? Like, couldn't this be solved in a heartbeat with some fucking vibranium, whatever the fuck kind of thing? It's a new dynamic. Like, I keep thinking back to fucking Tony Stark's new Mark whatever suit, where it's nanites pretty much, just that all assemble to rebuild the suit. I'm just like, I wonder if that's got any vibranium in it. You know what I mean?
I used to read the Iron Man comic books, and I fucking hated them.
Yeah.
Like, this is before he really picked up popularity in Marvel. I've always had like a fascination with him, and I liked him.
Yeah.
But like the comic books, and I've said this before about Superman comic books, how it's like Superman, there's only really 3 villains that he fights.
Yeah.
The mind control villain, the kryptonite villain, or the magic villain.
Yeah.
And each time you read the comic book, you're like, which villain is it this time? Yeah. Oh, it's mind control. Okay, cool. With Iron Man, it was the same deal. He would invent this brand new armor. Something would happen to the armor. Either would get ruined or it would get stolen, whatever. And then he would have to go to an old prototype armor. And then he would have to fight the bad guy and work out the kinks and bugs in the armor while fighting.
Just like the first Iron Man movie. Where
Yeah.
he goes back to his first arc reactor that Gwyneth Paltrow puts in a fucking case for him and says, "Here, hold on to this. Now destroy it. I'll never need it again." Foreshadowing much? Oh, need it. So, yeah. I get it. But yeah, no, his suit is so cool. It materializes slowly as he's walking towards Ebony Maw. But then you think of Black Panther and you're like, dude, he just puts on a necklace and he's got his whole suit in like a minute.
Well, the thing is that like the Iron Man suit, the Mark suit with the nanorobots, that was actually supposed to be part of one story arc called the Extremis story arc.
Yeah.
Where Iron Man has that armor, and he's up against when Gwyneth Paltrow had like this bootleg super soldier serum, where it made them all like hot and stuff, and it was the end of Iron Man 3. Whatever part of Iron Man 3 was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, it was those 2 story arcs that they could have made into a great movie, but they tried putting like Mandarin and too much into the 3rd Iron Man movie, and then he was like in some like cabin in the woods in winter trying to repair his suit. It was just weird. I didn't like it.
But anyway, so yeah, we kind of went on a tangent there.
That's fine.
So speaking of other comics, we talked a bit about Batman.
Yeah.
We got 2 Joker movies, apparently. somehow. I don't know how they're going to license that.
I think it's going to come down to they'll pick one that tests better, and that's the one that's coming out.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd release them at the same time.
No, they're
or
not
anywhere close to each other.
No, they're going to take a test screening. Like they'll.
Okay, well let's preface it first. We got to fill people in. So, because this is a radio show.
Well, that's right.
So
I haven't done the research.
So Jared Leto's Joker coming back for his own film. It's going to be a part.
That's what rumored.
That's rumored as of June 6th of the article I was looking at. Is coming back for his own standalone films, which will take place after Suicide Squad, as far as I know. And also Joaquin Phoenix.
Jacqueline.
Who's also a very well-respected sort of avant-garde method actor, in much the same vein that Jared Leto is, wants to play Joker as well. And his is going to be a low-budget $55 million sort of like
we're looking at
Handy
Deadpool
cam.
1 kind of film.
Yeah, he's just like, he was just the right attitude. It's like Joker's just a fucking dude who went crazy, and it just happens to be a genius. So let's fucking rough it a bit, you know? Make this like a handy cam, like Blair Witch Project, motherfucker. You just watch
I hope
go
it's
nuts.
not like that.
Well, we'll see. $55 million doesn't take you
But
very
they're
far
saying
these
it's
days.
supposed to be like a caution. It seems like a cautionary tale.
Yeah. So I don't know. Villain movies are always weird. I think Venom coming out later this year is going to suck.
Oh well, you know they
probably
released
will.
a new image of Venom. It looks like Venom.
Right. Well, I mean,
Does it really?
Yeah.
so I mean, like, it could be worse. We could be looking at like a white Venom. I don't know.
there is a white Venom in the comic books.
Sure, but they could be trying to portray it and be like, "This is the Venom you know and love."
So the white Venom in comic books. There's this one character in Marvel comic books where the guy dies all the time, and then he resurrects, and he can no longer be killed by the same method.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of cool.
So what happened was Norman Osborn had captured this guy and had him in like laboratories and was like making billions of dollars off of him because like they would inject him with different diseases,
Yeah.
kill him, and then he would now have the cure for the disease.
Fair enough.
So what they end up doing was they end up putting the Venom symbiote on the guy, and he actually produced something called the anti-venom, which is the white Venom.
Okay.
Later on, what happened was Eddie Brock wanted nothing to do with Venom. Venom was part of like on some villain, I think the Scorpion at the time. The white Venom took to Eddie Brock, so then Eddie Brock became the white Venom, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Then what happened was, as opposed to the black Venom having Spider-Man's powers, when white Venom got near Spider-Man, it tried curing Spider-Man of his air quotes right now,
Yeah.
radioactive blood. So essentially what happens is when Spider-Man is near white Venom, his powers turn off.
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like the anti-Spider-Man.
So that's his kryptonite now, white Venom.
Well, anyway.
Anyway, I don't think there's going to be a white Venom in this movie.
Yeah.
Probably
so.
not. I was being facetious, but apparently.
But anyway, back to the Joker movies, which is how we got on that tangent. So two villain movies.
There we go.
So I don't know why Leto's getting a movie. Do they like getting 28% scores on Rotten Tomatoes and grossing half as much as their Marvel competitors? Is that are they just suckers for punishment?
They might, you know what? They might cancel the Leto movie, but just have him in more other movies.
Yeah.
I mean, it could
like
just
that
be
Birds
to
of
get
Prey
buzz,
movie.
too, right?
What's that?
It could just be to get buzz.
Yeah.
Right? Like, saying we might make another X film makes people start questioning all about it. And if the press becomes favorable, like, yeah, I could see that. That doesn't seem so bad.
Yeah.
Then they can proceed, right? Like, this is $0 to them right now.
Did DC fuck things up, or Warner, I should say? Did Warner fuck things up royally when they couldn't nab Christopher Nolan to spearhead the entire... Like, he did for a while. He was in charge of the DC Extended Universe for the first little bit, I think. Just as a producer. But is that where they went wrong? Like, do they need a guy at the helm to do what like Kevin Feige's done? And
They need to have somebody with a big whiteboard that can sit there and think it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, this is basically how the MCU started.
Warner Brothers has always been their Achilles heel because every producer wants to get on board, and then they get on board, and then they all have input on how the movie should go.
Yeah.
So, like, they'll add a bunch of things to a movie that these, like, old fossil producers
Yeah.
want in the movie. Like, oh, well, you know, Batman needs a romantic interest with whatever.
Also, Batman needs guns. Audiences like guns. Batman needs a gun.
Batman doesn't have guns. He never uses guns. You're an idiot.
That's basically how it goes. But you know, in speaking of, and I understand what you're referencing too. Also, it doesn't help the fact that every DC movie I can recall has gone through like 3 directors before they actually film it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that doesn't
And-
help.
But that's
Multiple
because the
script
director
changes.
has the idea, and all the producers start changing the idea.
Yeah. And but to be fair, it's not like Marvel hasn't gone through that. Fox's Marvel franchises, Deadpool 2,
Yeah.
midway through, their director quit, and it was great. And same applies to Ant-Man and the Wasp. Partway through, what's his fuck? The guy from Ant-Man 1 left.
Really?
Yeah, and they got another dude.
Ooh.
Doug, I don't have a keyboard.
You actually do have a keyboard.
Could you man the con?
Ooh.
Look it up. Dougal.
Doug. In the meantime, let's talk about Billy D. He's not your father.
Billy D is not my lover. Billy D. Williams coming back to the Star Wars franchise, apparently to play Lando in Star Wars 9, which hopefully will be the last one ever in the main sequence.
Oh, God, no. They'll keep going that main sequence forever.
So it's not going to be a trilogy, and then they just...
No, that'll be a trilogy. Then they'll create a new one, and
It'll happen
it'll work
after?
in 3s. It'll
They'll
just
go
keep
another
going.
100 years in the future, maybe, or something like that?
Probably not. It'll probably follow Rey for another, like, that leveling, and
So Daisy Ridley's pretty much locked up forever?
I would think.
Chain her to the radiator. We
As
need
long
another
as-
Star Wars movie.
As long as she wants to keep doing it, they'll probably keep cranking them off.
Well, she hasn't been getting much success in anything outside the Star Wars movies.
No.
So
And you know what? Frankly, Disney kind of has every right to keep going and doing what they're doing because they release nothing but hits. Even Solo, which was not great and didn't test well, still grossed $211 million domestically and
Which was
made twice.
which is more than they put into the movie. So
Oh,
as
yeah.
long as it keeps making money, they're good.
They don't care. Yeah.
They can feed shit now into a money making machine, and it'll
Yeah.
still.
Well, that's the thing about Disney is that they know they can't be terrible. They can be mediocre, right? Like they're willing to give audiences a Cars 2 every now and again. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But they know that they got to come back with an Up or an Incredibles 2 or something like that to bring audiences back. Which is why I'm referencing the Pixar films, which are almost entirely habitually great. But every now and again they have a mediocre one. But never do they get into that M. Night Shyamalan rut, where it's just like movie after movie is fucking ass terrible, and he doesn't know why he was good in the first place, kind of thing.
But I think it's because like Disney is so big, they can just, even with a finished movie product, just be like, nope, it's never going out,
Yeah, they
never
can.
happening.
They
So-
can just pull them back.
Ant-Man and Wasp, it looks like there was only one director, Peyton Tucker. That's it.
Boom.
No. Maybe not director. Maybe
Okay.
maybe writer.
There's lots of writers. Like,
There was a controversy. I'm gonna look it up. Because Doug Google Foo is fucking terrible.
no, your statement was
No.
that the director changed. My specific look was who the fucking director was, and there's one director.
Ant-Man.
I remember Paul Rudd in Ant-Man 1.
Yeah.
I don't think he left the project.
No. He was actually listed as a writer for Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, because he's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Apparently, it was based
Why
on
Ant-Man director Edgar Wright exited Marvel's superhero movie?
Sure.
Or was it Ant-Man 1?
No.
Oh, now we're just talking.
Was it even for Ant-Man, or did they just take the same writer, try to apply him to Infinity War, and the guy's like, fuck you?
Yeah.
He might have not left any Ant-Man thing.
White's quirky superhero pick made the studio's Kevin Feige nervous as a dispute over the script changes and key crew exit. Leave it to them. Okay, yeah, it was for Ant-Man 1. My bad. So Ant-Man 1, there was a controversy, and yeah.
Oh, yeah, that, probably.
But anyway, so my point is that it's happened in the Marvel movies, and they've still been fine.
Yeah.
And it's proof that it's not necessarily a disaster. When you have a good product, it's a good product.
But overall, you have like Kevin Feige there.
Yeah,
And I
like-
remember Kevin Feige is like they wanted to specifically for Doctor Strange, they wanted to incorporate more of the magic stuff,
Yeah.
like more of the negative zone and stuff like that,
Yeah.
where Dormammu was. But
What'd you say about my mamu?
yeah, you know, big. Yo, but that movie taught you like, yo, save your game before the boss fight.
That's right.
That's right.
Always click the save button.
I've come to bargain, which means I've reloaded.
Yeah.
It's really what he should have said.
Is that what's going to happen for the
I hit
next
F5.
Avengers?
Excuse me, I hit F7.
There you go.
Quick load.
So
Is that what's happening for the next Avengers? It's just a quick load?
Um,
They just come back and
we'll
be like,
see.
Oh, speaking of which, the Reddit thing, Thanos did nothing wrong.
Oh,
Apparently
yeah.
it banned half of everybody.
I was banned. I was banned from Thanos Did Nothing Wrong. I can no longer participate there. You can still subscribe to it and watch it, but you can't comment or submit posts.
Oh, really?
So you can see
So
it.
even
you
if
just
I'm a
can't
new
do
person
anything.
right now and I wanted to join, I couldn't actually join?
You can. Anyone that wants to join after the ban can. You're fine. But if you were subscribed prior to the ban and have participated, then the mods had your name and they nixed half of you. And I was one of the ones that turned to dust. And now I've subscribed to In the Soul Stone, which I'll probably stay subscribed to for about a week until I get bored of it.
Now, can we subscribe to In the Soul Stone, or is it a
There's a
locked-
petition right now to make it private.
Okay.
To people who only have the badge. And Reddit created a badge for people who disappeared and people who survived.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, so you have a special badge on your profile if you happen to be a big nerd like me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I wasn't bigly enough nerd.
So,
I didn't care enough.
Yeah.
yeah,
Really?
I really didn't either. I just happened to be on Reddit when I saw it and took 2 minutes of my time, but I certainly would have went out of my way for it. So, yeah, I'm dust. What can I say? Anyway, moving on. I took my topics left off the screen, so I paused for a minute.
Speaking about what video games have taught us.
Oh, yes. Overwatch is selling out stadiums, and they're now coming to TV. And Greg?
Yeah. It's because they've gone into the whole esport and started the league. Now more cities are starting to get on board. Wanting to,
Ooh.
yeah, like it's actually
Teams,
pretty
yeah.
exciting. It's like they're actually doing it right.
Yeah.
They're going deeper than all the other esports
Yeah.
have tried.
They're
Like, I
trying
mean-
to be Korean. They're going full
Well,
Korean.
No, this is actually higher.
Never
next
go
level.
full Korean.
This is next level, but not that. Not that.
No,
level.
it's actually like a sports league where
Yeah.
they're setting up franchises in cities.
Yeah, and they've got major networks behind them.
Oh, man.
ESPN, Disney, ABC.
What are the team names going to be?
Adobe's now like sponsoring
Yeah.
them, and
What are the team names going to be, I wonder? It's like the Cincinnati
No, there's like-
Pimply
they have
basement dwellers.
They have things like Houston Outlaws, Philadelphia Fusion,
Yeah.
LA Gladiators,
these are
Florida
real things.
Mayhem, Boston Uprising.
It's every nerd's dream.
Yeah,
it's like,
New
one day I'm
York.
going to be like Barry Bonds and Joe Montana. And I'm going to be at the top of my sport. Actually, it's
but
more like every equestrian's dream. Like, one day someone's going to recognize my talent to ride horses.
I'm gonna be just like Seabiscuit.
I'm going to be Seabiscuit.
But that's actually probably going to be accurate now because they go off of their screen name. So if the screen name for the the internet handle for the guy is Seabiscuit, then every nerd out there is going to be clamoring to be like Seabiscuit.
Johnny Gooshot 69.
Club dancer forever. 12.
At hotmail.com. Oh God. They really have to at least allow people who go professional to change their screen name. Because some of us are just embarrassing.
Well, some of them are pretty embarrassing still.
I think all of ours are passable. Mine's
No.
a short word. Paladin Sean over here.
Paladin Sean. Yeah. No, but like some are good, like Surefor. Some are like Sayobi. Some are just letters like XQC.
Yeah.
Like they don't actually
And-
mean anything.
I mean, yeah. A lot of
I'm
it is
sure they
just
go through
you
some
gain
sort
your
of-
name and you stick with it, right? Like you've become known as a moniker,
Yeah.
right? Like you're Ofa. You're
Yeah.
gonna carry Ofa. It's not like you're gonna be like playing 3 games in and go, "Oh man, I wish I had a better name."
Oh no, of course not. But
Right? You
but some
tie
of them
in.
have to be changed because they're stupid, like outright awful.
Sure.
Like don't you think Boogie 2988 just wishes he didn't put those 4 fucking numbers on the end of Boogie, or like went with something that was less common than Boogie?
You know what? Like, but the problem is now, if he was like to be changing it to like anything else,
Like
He would
Linus
not
Tech
be.
Tips, for example. Linus Tech Tips. He doesn't even do tech tips anymore. Not a single one of his videos gives you any fucking tips. If anything, it's one tip at the end. He gives you a single tip.
Just the
Linus
tip.
Tech Tip.
Just a tip.
he just the tip.
Usually it's
the
just shitty humor written by fucking...
But again,
Nobody's.
it's now you've become famous under that name.
Oh, my dog.
There's very little you can do to get that name changed and not lose a ton of the fame behind it.
I guess.
Meh.
Meh.
Well, you say for a lot of these people, it's actual money in their bank account,
I know, Doug.
right?
I
Like,
know.
I mean,
There's
Ofa
value in
doesn't
a
make lot
name, of
money.
course, even if it's totally stupid.
So Mark
Like
Hamill cut
Ofa.
off his beard.
Oh, yeah. Talking
Yeah.
about that. More Star Wars shit. Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker
Yeah.
himself,
Tell me about it, Jeff.
shaved his face.
Tell me all about it.
Preach! And now there's some talks about what that means for Star Wars 9, which should be more or less
Nothing.
filming soon.
He's dead.
but this is where the internet.
Is he dead? I haven't seen Last Jedi. He dies, right?
Well, he disappears.
Oh, okay.
He Obi-Wan dies.
Yeah. Well, he Obi-Wan's. Whether or not he's dead, we have to assume he is.
He's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
You're assuming.
Is he dead? No?
He's dead. He died.
But is he?
yeah.
But is he, though?
Yeah, well,
I mean, we could do this for the next 20
Is
minutes of
Obi-Wan dead?
airtime.
Is he?
Yeah.
But is he, though?
Yeah.
All right.
He's just in the background. He's in the quantum realm.
Oh, yeah. Oh, don't do that. Oh, God. If Star Wars was a Marvel comic, was it not?
Yes.
Dark Horse, wasn't it?
Marvel owns Dark Horse.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, don't go there. Oh, there are too many characters in that universe. We cannot have a Star Wars MCU crossover. Cannot happen.
You say that now.
Oh, but Kylo Ren versus Thor. What a fight that would be.
It'd be over very quickly.
One of them would be crying pretty quickly.
Yeah.
You really think so?
Yeah. Kylo Ren's a punk bitch.
Stormbringer will bring the pain. Like, that's all it is.
Yeah. Oh, I would definitely put money on Thor for that. Speaking of Thor's power levels, an interesting debate I've read recently about Captain Marvel, which we'll talk a little bit about. Sure. Captain Marvel, Kevin Feige was quoted as saying, Captain Marvel will bring a power level to the Marvel Cinematic Universe that we've never seen before. That's
Okay.
what he said.
Yeah.
People in the comic book world vehemently disagree with that notion, whether true or not, saying that Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, is a city destroyer, as where Thor is a world destroyer. Like, it's a different power level altogether. So, in what way do they make a Captain Marvel that is stronger than Thor? And B, do you buy it? Like, is it something you can swallow?
Okay, so I don't quite get because I look at it differently. Yes, city destroyer, I get it. Thor is a city destroyer. A world destroyer is like Galactus.
Yeah.
Right. Well, they were being figurative.
You know, you
As in,
gotta hit a beam at a planet and blow it up at the core, or whatever.
Yeah.
I think they were being figurative, but they were just trying
Like,
to...
Superman's not a world destroyer.
No.
I guess
He's
could
a world
be.
mover. He can move planets.
No, he could destroy the world. He'd have to like fly into the center of the world, though.
Yeah,
and, like,
but he could do it.
whatever in there to blow it up.
And so could Thor. He's got the power of the Bifrost. He probably-
Thor just got like we saw Infinity War. He got hit with a fucking sun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and survived.
Like
Well-
legit. Like sun
Not even the sun, a neutron star.
Yeah.
like
It's the
hit him
brightest
directly.
star. It's the most powerfully intense star that can exist and still emit light. Black holes are denser.
Yeah, like Thor is
But-
like on a crazy high power
Yeah.
level.
Yeah. So, I don't know. How do they make Captain Marvel stronger than that?
Okay, so let me put this
I mean,
into a
they've
little bit
sort
of
of toned
perspective
him down
for
for the MCU. So
They started toning Thor down, and then they built him up. Now he's I can summon lightning Thor. Now he's, I don't need a fucking hammer Thor. I can just shock people from the sky with my bullshit.
yeah.
The whole bridge scene in Thor Ragnarok was just him, like, he just leveled up. He did a Gandalf. He went from Gandalf the Grey to Gandalf the Gay.
he's the god of thunder, not the god of hammers.
Yeah.
You're right. We've all seen
The
that
god
scene.
of long hair. He's not the god of having two eyes. He's the god of thunder.
I do like how all of the characters are just like, this isn't a boy, this is a man.
I love the
so sick.
homoeroticism that Drax has for
Yeah.
Thor. Like, you're a dude. This is a man.
Yeah.
It's so great.
It's like an angel and another angel had a baby or something.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's but so what do they do with Captain Marvel? How do they make that work?
Okay, let me put because Agents of Shield is canon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel got her powers from, I believe, the Kree.
Yes.
Yes.
The Kree are actually in Agents of Shield.
Are
Yeah.
they?
The regular Shield agents can kind of fuck with them. Not on the same power level. It's Thor. Agents of Shield can't really fuck with Thor.
Right. But Kevin Feige said she will be.
Well, Kevin Feige's basing it off of like she's gonna be the Superman of the Marvel universe.
Yeah. So how do they do that if her power level is really not there?
They could retcon her, so she's not Kree.
No, they. Can
But they've
keep
already
her-
said that.
They can keep her as Kree, but they just give her extra, things that up her power level,
So we've already
like
had
Negasonic bands or whatever they are.
We've already
Quantum
had
bands.
Kree in the movies too. There's Ronan the Accuser.
Yeah.
Was in Guardians.
Yeah,
He already,
there was
he
another
already
one
was
too. There was two of them. Because we were talking about this a few days ago, that they're going to appear in the movie. Ronan, and then there's another I can't remember.
Oh
who it
yeah,
is.
well, Marvel is played by Jude Law.
Yeah.
He's Kree, is he not?
Yes. That's,
He's the actual alien that has powers
Yeah.
at first. He's
Yeah.
Kree, is he? I don't know. But okay, but again, how does that work?
again, they're going to give her power ups. Like they're going to give her those quantum bands or whatever they are, that up her power level another level. They're going to give her other things.
And keep in mind, Kevin Feige said that about the prequel movie. He said Carol Danvers in Captain Marvel is going to be stronger than anything we've ever seen. The one we're going to see in Avengers 4 is going to be a 25-year later version of that.
So, I mean, you're using time in a very strange method.
Okay, I get where you're going. If there's time travel, you're suggesting that she could be a prior version of herself?
Or even later than 25 years.
Okay, but the point remains is that, oh, the fuck? How are they going to do that?
As I said, I think they're just going to put equipment on her, making her generically stronger, such that in some later movie that equipment can be removed, and she is, quite strong, just not able to bash Hulk into a new universe strong.
Yeah.
On that note, I think we're done.
Yeah, or we're doing on 48 minutes? Well, we're not done. We still have one more thing to do.
No, we have nothing to
We
do.
do have one
We
more
have
thing.
one more
to
thing
do.
to do.
No, there are nothing left to do.
Oh, there's something left to do, Doug.
Nothing.
There's something left to do.
There's 10 things you got to do.
10, exactly 10. we got to do Doug's top 10. We forced Doug to play a game with us.
You know how much I hate this game.
I know.
Like, so much.
That's okay. It's,
You know what?
Ridiculous much.
It's because you resist that makes us like it more.
You guys are masochists.
yes, we love to see you suffer just a little bit. Or a lot.
Or a lot. Yeah, go nuts.
All right, Doug, do you have anything in mind? Or you need a few minutes?
No. We talked about
Of course he's got it.
Like, come on now. We've already gone over these things.
Okay.
He fights every time, but he's like completely prepped for it.
Yeah, like, I know it's coming, but I fight. Maybe you'll let me get away with one, and I'd be like, yes! Small wins! But no.
Big losses
Never.
instead.
Big losses instead.
Never.
All right, Doug, what's your top 10 for this week?
We're going to look at the Overwatch League, and I'm going to give you some real names and fake names, and you tell me which ones are real.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I
Now-
have a clear advantage.
Sure.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm still game.
I'm still
All right, let me go first, though.
Yeah,
Sure.
you go first. Then.
Okay.
Florida Marauders.
That's real.
No, it's
No.
actually Florida Mayhem.
Mayhem.
Oh, balls.
I thought you were gonna go over like characters' names.
That's
Oh, I can do that too.
That's why. I
Like
was-
screen names.
yeah,
Sure.
Okay, because the team names, I'm assuming you know.
team names I know 100%.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well,
I
that's what
thought-
the...
I thought
Alright.
Greg just knew a couple that he just pulled out of
I
his ass.
listed off like a bunch of them.
You listed off like 4, so I figured, okay, those are all he knows.
How many teams are in the league?
10.
Oh, okay. All right, so yeah, give me some
There's
screen
more
handles, some
than
handles
10.
of popular players.
There's more than 10.
Hold on. 6 in the Atlantic. Sorry, 12. 6 and 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mistake.
So give me some screen names of popular Overwatch players.
Okay.
How about, since you know these as well, Greg?
Most of them?
Okay, so how about that we do this instead? Instead of
Sure.
going a battle back and forth, how about you and Doug do an over-under on me to see how many I can do.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so how many have you got there?
If we're going with names,
Doing
there's
10.
loads.
Okay.
If we're going with team names, I can... there are
Okay,
12
all right,
names.
fine. Let's just stick with the team names then.
Yeah, because that gives us a real fighting chance.
Okay, so we have 11 teams left. We'll do all 11.
Sure.
I already know Florida is the mayhem. So what's your over-under? How many do you think I'm going to get?
I'm going to give Greg first shot on that. Because I'm the one who
I
is in
think you
charge.
could get 8.
You think I can get 8?
8.
Okay, and Doug?
Oh, I don't think you're getting that much. I'm going under 8, like maybe 6.
6, okay.
You have a chance of getting half of them.
All right, so let's just say...
I think you can reasonably suss them out. I mean, I did say a bunch of them earlier
Yeah.
that
Okay.
like you might not have actually been paying attention to, but it might
Kinda,
cue.
but...
Yeah.
All right, okay. So Greg thinks I'll get 8 or more, and Doug is taking 6 or less. So
6 or
7 and
less.
then nobody wins.
Well, no. 7, you win.
7, 7 I win? Okay, all right, let's do it. Okay.
All right. We're going to start, just to make your life easy, we're going to stick in the Atlantic League.
Okay. So with the Florida Mayhem we have...
Boston Uprising.
That's not a name.
That is a real name.
Damn it! I knew it. I even said that was one.
That was
said.
one.
Did you?
I said Boston Uprising. Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay. All right.
I might have this win in the bag.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So I got 10 more to go.
Houston Outlaws.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a real name.
I did say that.
You
That one I
did.
remember.
And I wasn't gonna
All right. 1 point.
London Spitfire.
Oh, there's not just... there's
No,
North
it's
American
all over
teams.
the world.
It's all over the world.
Okay, London Spitfire?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to let you
Yeah.
have that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, 2.
Just like the old World War II prop planes,
Right.
the little Spitfires.
Yeah.
It's a Korean team, by the way.
God.
London.
They're
London
all Korean teams.
No, they
Greg.
aren't. There's a lot of like
Really?
Western teams
Oh.
too, but like New York, London,
Yeah.
and Shanghai
Are all
are
Korean
primarily London or Korean teams.
players? Oh, mango. Okay, keep going.
New York X-Men.
No.
No.
Okay.
It's Excelsior.
Excelsior, like what?
But I-
X-Men. Come on, you gave that to him.
I kind of did. I'm giving him a chance to get back
All right,
in the
so
game.
3 right so far?
Philadelphia Fusion.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did say that one.
Okay, all right. 4 right so far?
All right. Dallas Oilman.
No.
No, it's Fuel. Close enough.
Dallas Fuel.
Oh, okay. All right. It's a 5 right. Okay. Greg's looking pretty good.
But like, I don't know. You're kind of giving Oilman.
Eh,
All right.
Might even be better with Oilers at that point.
actually, I'm trying to think what the NFL team is.
It's the Texans.
Dallas
The
Cowboys.
Houston Texans. And
Yeah,
the
that's
Dallas
right.
Cowboys.
Texans. LA Gladiators.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think you said that too.
I said that one as well.
Okay.
There's another LA team though.
there is.
I'm on 6 so far, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. There's another LA team.
yeah.
And what's your fake name?
Oh.
Are you supposed to give me a fake name and then I guess if it's right or wrong?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of one.
Oh.
See, like both of the LA teams though are North American based. They're not like Korean teams.
Okay.
I assume it's just whoever like runs the franchise.
Well, this is like
drafts.
soccer. Like fucking Cristiano Ronaldo plays for a British team and fucking Lionel Messi plays for a Spanish team and whatever the hell else. So that's...
Although generally it's good to either go completely Korean team or completely not Korean team.
Well, of course, because they have to speak the same language.
Right.
It's kind
It's
of
the
important.
language barrier.
Yeah.
Ready?
Okay, yeah.
LA Revenants.
No.
No, it's actually the Valiant.
Because you gave that to him by saying you were thinking of one.
Oh, I was actually thinking of just getting the real one.
Like
I didn't even clue into that.
Like the
I'm such
thing
an
was
idiot.
is that like
Yeah.
you could have just said the real name.
Okay,
I
am
totally
on 7 now? How many do we have left to go?
3.
3? So, yeah, I'm on 7.
Yeah, you
I'm
are.
on 7 right. Okay. All right, keep going.
San Francisco Tremors.
That sounds real.
It's actually just Shock.
Oh!
San Francisco Shock, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Seoul Dynasty.
Seoul Dynasty.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. That's what I'm giving you.
That's real.
It is real.
8. Oh, and a sound played. Okay,
Hey.
and what's the last one called?
Shanghai Knights.
Yeah.
No, it's Dragons.
No.
Oh.
Shanghai Knights is a
Dragons.
movie.
That's like Arabian Nights. Oh, if they had one called that, woo, that would be awesome.
There you go.
Arabian Nights. Yeah,
But,
but they don't allow video games in Saudi Arabia.
No.
Anyhow, that is our show. Thank you for listening.
Hopefully we get a Toronto team soon.
Anything
Yeah.
to plug, guys?
What do you...
No, I gotta get the stream up. Ever since the Windows update, fuck, man.
Fucking Windows.
Fucking Windows. Okay, maybe I'll
I got
find them this
nothing to
weekend.
plug. Jeff's
I'm
gonna
on
do
call
some
this
shit.
weekend, so whatever. Maybe
Yeah.
it'll be like next weekend or something.
Okay.
Whenever we got time.
Yeah, I've got a new video coming out soon. I'm kind of lazy about it. I'm kind of in like retreat and play Minecraft mode these days. So
Nothing wrong with that.
nothing
we should get
wrong
Greg
with
to
that.
play Minecraft. It's good
We,
fun.
oh, we keep trying to get Greg to play Minecraft.
Why?
I
Why?
don't know, just to be one of the group.
Just to we have fun together, you know. It's 4 or 5
Yeah,
of us.
hey, yeah, hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Play
We
around.
throw eggs at each other. It's fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, your little egg cannon.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh no, I'm building now. My next project. I haven't revealed what it is yet. Doug, this is the first Doug's hearing of it.
Oh, okay.
It's
We have
actually
this
the first
bridge
world
that
hearing.
looks like the Bifrost that heads over to the mainland from our island, and I'm going to build a tower at the end of the bridge that has dispensers in it that automatically shoot arrows out at everything. We have just so many arrows.
So when you try to cross the bridge, you have to dodge arrows.
Yes,
That's a better
that's-
idea. No, it shoots them. It's like a tower that shoots them out at the enemies so that it clears the path for you. So when the portcullis opens up, you can just ride out and there's nothing there.
Okay.
And I might also put lava buckets that pop out of dispensers and spill down the sides to clear out the ones that are close by.
Sure.
Just for fun. Just to really stick it to those.
I don't know, man. Lava. That's like one of the few ways you die in Minecraft.
It's true. That's one of the only ways I die in Minecraft. My equipment's so good now. I die by lava and I die by falling from great, great heights into the void.
Okay.
That's it. Otherwise, nothing can damage me.
I just fall into water all the time. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Doug built a castle at the very top of the world, as high as you could build it. And he's building a tree around it to make it look like Yggdrasil, the world tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Don't you
giving-
totally want to play now?
The giving tree.
The giving tree.
It is totally giving me a pain in the ass.
Anyway, that's
Yeah.
enough of us. Thanks for watching, listening, whatever the hell else, and we'll see you again soon.
Later.